Okay, so we talked about looking at your competitors, looking at what premiums going to be for you. We're going to have one more section. I'm going to bring Drew back up, and then we'll talk about also examples of different clients and what we did with different, yeah, different communities and everything like that. Drew, do you mind coming back up for a
Yep,
moment? Can we talk about just you mentioned when you first talked for a moment, the pricing when you went lower, it didn't work. Is that what you said? Correct? Or the
that's correct.
conversion was less? Could we talk if we're facing this right now, could you give us some kind of sense of in the community, if you were able to help someone correct their lazy eye, what is that worth? Could you put a price on that or ballpark it?
Yeah, if I could, can I describe the 3 competitors in my space?
Let's do it.
All
Love
right.
it.
So the first is a traditional surgery. You're looking at anywhere from six to $12,000. It takes about 2 weeks to recover. And in that time as well, there's no guarantee results. In fact, results tend to peter out after 2 years or so, and you have to go back and get another one. Vision therapy is about 150, $250 a session. The last place I checked, they required 40 sessions, no guarantees of results, and you're being trained by someone that has never had a lazy eye. So it's all what they picked up on in a book. Lastly, there is an online vision therapy. It's actually located in Europe. They charge about $259 for 6 months access, which brings about $43 a month. So for my program, I make a very clear distinction because I'm not a doctor, ophthalmologist, or anything like that. This is not vision therapy. This isn't considered a cure or treatment or anything like that. I have to be very careful with that. However, it's through a 3-step technique that I teach them to basically gain control of their eye muscle in order to straighten it. It doesn't do patching, surgery, glasses, vision therapy, anything like that. So it's completely different, but these are the closest competitors.
I love it. Okay. So I'm just going to let you know this is here in Drew. You might as well just start taking all those notes. What he just did all the work for you. Okay. So if you don't mind, Drew, do you mind if I kind of talk about what you said, like,
Sure.
and then go through this? So, number one, Drew gave us his backstory and he told us what makes his program different. Went through the experiences, talked about his own experience, what he's not a doctor, but what he has been able to do very upfront. That shows also being more intimate, talking about it, being very honest, transparent. I love it. And then also, too, he showed us right here, and we'll talk about sales pages in a moment, but he just sold us right here the alternatives of how much people are paying for this, right? So even the storytelling, even without going through this, now we already understand what's going on even before we go to pricing. So, Joe, I just want to say thank you so much for telling this story. But we see these great things right here. So, okay, you have a program, you're going through this. Now that you have told me, I'm looking at this. I don't like surgery. I don't like anything. I see this at 6K, right? I'm looking at 6K for vision therapy. I could be getting your technique. Someone has been in my shoes, has a community of ones that have been experiencing this problem. What is that worth per year for someone? What do you think, Drew?
So I would comfortably pay $280 to try some rando guy online program. I would do that as a one-time cost. $29 a month is definitely, to me, feels like a steal. I have done, like you've mentioned before, like I've surveyed people that are interested. I have that set up through a form, and it varies. It varies from you should make it free from $20 to $3,000, or this is
Hmm.
priceless. So it comes back to what you said, having people understand, is this a pain, like the pain point, how serious of a pain point, and bringing that to the surface and really describing it.
Let me ask you something, Drew. You do you have testimonials? Do you have showing that people in the community what they've experienced?
Great question. So I have one testimonial, and the reason for that is that when someone has a significant visual, I don't want to call it disability, but something off, right? It's very personal and private. And so as soon as they get results, even if they promise me a testimony or wherever the case may be, they immediately ghost me. They're off pursuing their life goals, their life dreams, because now they can aesthetically straighten their lazy eye. or conversations, pictures, whatever the case may be. They don't need the program anymore, which
Yep.
to me, I'm fine with that. I'm a very private person myself, but I think I've created, and this is another conversation with you. I think I'm trying to create a automated wheel in a sense of, or a funnel for people to get to want to give testimonials. So I'm calling it being a part of the encouragement group or inspiration group. And then from there, I'm offering them a severe discount to continue in the program. So from $29 to $9 a month, if they provide a video testimonial, audio, or a picture before and after. And the funnel I'm setting up for that is when before they even join the program, they have to submit a before picture. So that way I already have it. And there's already, I use something called, what's it called? Video appeal.
Mm.
It used to be AppSumo deal and whatnot. And so it's really, really easy for them to submit a video, audio, or picture through that app to me. And it already has all the language for being a model and all that other stuff.
I love
Uh,
it.
and then when they gain results, there's sort of I'm trying to create an out processing funnel. So when they do cancel or they're looking to cancel, I ask, hey, do you want to be part of the inspiration group where
Love it.
you inspire others by giving your testimonial and you get a discount?
Drew, first of all, I love all of those things. I love everything that you just said. That's excellent. I love all of the thoughts and what you've been thinking about, and you're doing great work. And this is a great thing for people. What you're talking about right here, I already see in the chat, and you've already got a testimonial. You do need to just raise your prices and just to do these things. You already have a testimonial. You already have all of these things with the storyline that you have. Just a few tweaks. I would be looking towards closer to 150 to 200 a month. Or yeah, I mean it's just that way. And then there's other ways to have different offerings at lower prices, but I would have your main tier at 150 to 200 and you'll hit your math. So for 150 a month, Woody,
Those 40 sessions at $150 per session, that's like 6K.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It can just work. It can just work. Now we'll talk about the full thing in a second, but Drew, what you have right there, and you have a real sense of what people want. And the thing is, baking it in, even if they ghost you, that means that life worked and they're living their life. That's even better. Guess what? You recouping, and then they have access to it for a year. You're still updating the community. You're still giving, resources and all those things. Excellent. 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 We might have to talk later on in a second because there's just tons of ways that building out, because we're going off past pricing tiers, which you were talking about with the funnels. I love to hear it. But really with the pricing tiers right there, I would be starting at a higher tier. And then later on, when you're getting on calls with people and they're ready to buy, they're your ideal customer, but there might be other things that they can't either financially afford it at the time, or they're looking for a light version. That's when you're expanding the pricing tier to be able to have it as a lower offering. You're not doing it as a knee jerk of someone saying, oh, that's too much. Drew, I'm not paying you. Oh, well, I'll give it at 50% off or something like that. There's a reason why you're offering lower tiers, and it's systematic and it's based on feedback and based on your goals if you're going to be doing pricing tiers that are lower.